Alright, so to clear up a little confusion in the last video, we did have fractions that were parts were greater than the whole, and we did discuss how you can figure out what that actually means, but we never really talked about what a percentage looks like for those. We never talked about what a decimal looks like for those. Since those are a little bit harder to look at, I wanted to do a separate video real quick. So if there was any confusion, I'm sorry. I linked this video to the other video to make things easier. But let's look at improper fractions. As a percent. So I think let's just make up a new one. I don't remember what the one from the other video is. So we have 65 parts and we only need 10 to make one item. So we know 65 divided by 10, all we really have to do is just take 65, look at the decimal and move it one place since we're dividing by 10, and that will give us 6.5. So what does that mean? Well, 6.5. We have enough to make 6.5 of the items. Well, what is that in percentages and how do we know? Well, it's the same thing. We take our decimal, we move it 1, 2. We have enough 650% of the parts that we need to make one item, or enough parts to make 6.5 whole items. Alright, so let's look at one more. We have 325 parts. We only need one part to make a whole item. So let's say these are fence posts. Well, we only need one fence post for every post. We don't have any assembling to do. We are already ready to go. So 325 divided by 1 is 325. So we have enough posts to place 325 posts in the ground. Well, what is that in percentages? And this is going to be maybe a little confusing, but we know our decimals here. 2. Looks like Zoidberg. So we have enough for 32,500% of the total posts that we need to place a post in the ground. So if you say I need one post, I know the post example is kind of crazy, but you need one post per post in the ground, and I tell you I have 32,500% of the posts that you need, or you have enough. I have 32,500% of the posts that it takes to place a post in the ground. How many posts can you make, or how many posts do you have to for this fence that you're potentially making? Well, we're at percentages, so we want to find out whole. We're going to go 1, 2 to get back to the whole number. And we have enough to make 325 posts for a fence. Alright, we'll do one more that's not so, I guess you can say, deep. And that wasn't a fence joke. It was just poor choice of words for not trying to create a pun. Alright, so we have we're running an army and we have 200 available soldiers, but we need 10 per position. So the first thing I would do is look at it and say, well, 200 over 10 is the same as 20 over 1. So I have 20 whole groups of troops. Boy, this video is coming out great. So I have 20 groups of troops. Yeah, that's right. And I want to know, well, what percentage of troops do I have for the groups? Well, I have 20. I have my decimal here. I'm going to go 1, 2. So that's 2,000% of the total number needed to make one group. So if somebody says, I need to make groups of 10 soldiers, and I have already been supplied by people signing up 2,000% more than I need for one group. So how would you figure out what you have? Well, you would take 2,000, because you know that's the percentage you have. You need 10 per group. So you have 200 soldiers waiting to go. Again, parts available. So the number you actually need. The whole. Let's stop saying a whole. And that is 10. And that is 200. If there's any other confusion here, feel free to leave a comment and I will get back to you as soon as I see it.